Welcome back to Inside Boxing's The Throwdown. I'm Duran with my co-host Aurelio Martinez. On this segment, we'll discuss the anticipated matchup of Amir versus Adrien Broner on the undercard of Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana, as well as a possible summer matchup between Triple G, Gennady Golovkin versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Okay, so let's get into Amir versus Adrien Broner. Amir was in the running to land the Mayweather bout. He didn't hit the lottery. Maidana got the fight. However, Adrien Broner, in trying to rebuild his public image, publicly challenged Amir on Twitter to fight on the undercard, in which Amir responded to, you know what, let's do it. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of funny to me because, number one, Amir was really banking on the fight with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, some would even say he was the front runner back when the whole selection process was taking place. Had a lot of people talking about they wanted to see that fight. It looked like it was going to happen at one point. As a matter of fact, you had a lot of web writers, people out there start putting that the fight was done, and it never really was done. And with Floyd Mayweather, you're just wasting your time by putting all this guesswork or things on war until he officially announces a fight. That's when you know who he's going to fight. So it ended up Amir ended up not getting the fight, and it went to Marcos Maidana. Okay, so when that happened, of course he felt sour about the whole thing and started saying some things about Floyd was scared and he was chicken and Floyd was ducking him and all this stuff. I mean, he just went on, and naturally he was upset he didn't get the fight. So Floyd actually came back in this case and says, well, if you want to fight me, why don't you beat Adrien Broner? You're both going to be on the other card, fight each other, and if you win that fight, then you got me next.
Exactly.
So then the talking started. Adrien Broner coming back. I think there's even some quotes here, right?
That's this one right here. Yeah.
There's even some quotes here from Amir Khan. He came in and tweeted, "I am blessed to have boxing fans who support me, and if they want to see me shut Broner up, I would love to take the fight at 147 pounds. Let's do this, Broner. No point hyping a no fight on Twitter. I put a call in, and your team are not interested in fighting me at 147 next." Okay, so basically, let's talk about that little quote because it went back and forth. Okay, so he's basically coming out and said, "Broner, let's do this. I'm gonna shut you up." Okay, but in the same quote, he's saying at 147.
Yes.
Okay, so you know what that tells me? That fight's not gonna happen. Okay, and you heard it from me. Okay, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna see that fight. So let's just forget about it. It's not gonna happen on this undercard. They're not gonna fight each other. Broner's not gonna come up to 47, and Amir Khan is not gonna go down.
Broner fought at 47 against Maidana.
But it's not gonna happen. Trust me, it's not gonna happen. And if Broner actually comes up and takes the fight, then you're going to see something else happen, and you're going to see Amir Khan go another direction. The fight is not going to happen, okay? No matter what everyone's getting hyped up, you're getting hyped up for nothing, okay? This fight's not going to happen. This is about two guys talking a lot of stuff on the internet, and one hoping the one doesn't take it, and he's going to be glad of it. It's not going to happen, okay? This is all a bunch of lip service. I mean, that's my take. Your take?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen for those reasons. I don't think it's going to happen on the Mayweather card. I think eventually this fight should happen. But it should be a main event in its own right. Amir Khan at one time was a budding superstar. everyone had high hopes on it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the same
Including
thing.
myself.
It's the same thing when someone loses. You know, everyone in the back jumps up. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I seen these flaws, even though they never publicly stated them before.
Yep.
All of a sudden, they're geniuses. They have a boxing eye. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I think this fight should take place on HBO or on Showtime, regular Showtime. You know, both fighters. Broner's coming off a loss. Amir Khan is trying to rebuild his reputation and his pedigree. This fight will probably take place sometime in May or June at its own event. You know what I mean? But we'll wait to see, because what they're saying now is Amir Khan is either looking to be on the Mayweather undercard, is either looking at Robert Guerrero, Sean Porter, or Devin Alexander. And the only name in that bunch I'm interested in seeing is Sean Porter. Why? Yeah. Because Sean Porter is coming off a win.
Let me tell you something. It's funny, but you know, you're on this undercard. Just go ahead and fight some nobody out there. Okay, protect yourself. You're not going to get the Mayweather lottery. It's not going to happen. Okay. So I mean, you might as well protect your interest and just go ahead and fight someone else. Because if you fight someone in there, if you're gonna fight someone like you just mentioned, with the exception of Guerrero, he'll probably beat Guerrero. Guerrero's not up in that group anyway, so that might be a safe fight for him to take. But like you say, there again, I don't think he's gonna fight Broner, because it takes him completely out. Of the sweepstakes, of the Floyd Mayweather sweepstakes. It just takes him out. I mean, here it is, cut and dry. Floyd already said it. But he says a lot of things. but he said it publicly. Beat Broner, and you have me next. Which, think about it. If he beats Broner, my goodness, everybody wants that fight.
Exactly.
Everybody wants that fight. It becomes a mega $1 million fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so take a chance. The key is, I don't think he can beat Broner.
And neither do I.
Okay? That's the bottom line. I don't think he can beat Broner.
I don't either. Okay, well, let's move on to the next bout. They're in talks. First of all, Triple G right now is going through, a tough time in his life. His father just passed away. And I guess in his cultural tradition, they have to take 40 days to mourn a passing of a mother or a father. So right now he's in mourning. However, in reports, they're saying that both camps have tentatively agreed to a July 12th matchup between Triple G, Gennady Golovkin versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Well, I like the fight. Let me just start saying I like the fight. I especially like where Chavez Jr. has kind of gotten his shit together. Okay, because there was questions. He was losing everything. Opportunity fell into Cesar Chavez Jr.'s laps because of his father. You top that off with him having the talent, and he does have talent. He has skills, but he wasn't using them. Okay, he was lazy. He wasn't training. He was just abusing something that just kind of fell into his laps. And now we're seeing a turnaround. We're seeing him saying, "Hey, I got to get serious now. This boxing career is going to be over here pretty soon, and it's going to pass me by." Mm-hmm. So I like the fact that he's getting serious. I like the fact that they're actually looking at putting this fight together. My question is, does that give Triple G enough time to train for a significant fight like this? And trust me, it is significant when it comes to it, because even with Triple G being in 100% shape, where he has time to think, I think Julio takes the fight. I think he beats him, okay? So if he goes in there without training, or a half makeshift training where he doesn't get the 100% training camp, then he's really in trouble.
Yeah, and let's go back to Julio Cesar Chavez a little bit. Here's the difference between boxing and other sports. In boxing, when the lights go off and everyone leaves the arena, there's nothing. And as soon as you start losing and falling from the grace of the boxing people, it's lonely. In baseball, you have off season, you have spring training. In basketball, you have preseason, you have off season workouts. You stay in the media. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
do these other charity events. You stay in the media. People still love you. In boxing, when your date comes up, the next day,
you're gone.
You're gone for 3, 4, 5 months.
You're
You
gone.
know what I mean? In the shadows of everybody else.
Yes.
And if you're not winning, and if you're not, living up to the public's image of you, it gets dark. You know what I mean? People,
real dark.
Really dark,
Yeah.
So I think Chavez Jr. saw this. I think he saw himself fading from the public image as a superstar. He heard the whispers from everybody, and he said, you know what? If I'm going to fight, I need to give it 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think he challenges Triple G. I think Triple G rocks right through him and stops him.
Yeah.
I honestly do. Triple G is a monster. There's one guy below 175 that I think beats Triple G, and that's Andre Ward. And there's a lot of guys at 175 who they might just be bigger than him. And I don't know what Triple G's plans are as far as going to 168 and then eventually 175.
Yeah.
But below 175, Andre Ward's the only guy who beats him.
And that's the beauty of boxing, because I think Triple G beats Andre Ward. I do. I think he hurts him. I think he beats him. But I don't see him beating Chavez. Chavez. If the 100% Chavez comes out, he's bigger, he's stronger, and people are going to say stronger. Yes, he's bigger, he's stronger, and he's got the talent in the ring to be somewhat more elusive than Triple G. So it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a rock'em sock'em. It's going to be a rock'em sock'em.
They're both toe to toe.
So
hit me, I'll hit you back type fighters. Yes,
absolutely. So in saying that, I'm not discounting. I mean, if Triple G catches Chavez solid, we're going to see. But I'm telling you what, it's a beautiful fight. They both got chins.
Yes, they do.
They both got beards that are.
And they both hit like mules.
And they both hit like mules. So we may see a smaller version of Ron Lyle versus George Foreman.
Hey, that's a lot. That's heavy. That would be hard to live up to. That was a great fight. It's before my time, but I've seen the fight. I don't know if they can live up to those expectations.
Oh my goodness! It's written all over the place. So I'm hopeful.
It might be a Gennady Ward type fight.
Yes, I'm hopeful it happens. I'm hopeful it happens because, to be honest with you, it's going to be hard for each of them to knock each other out. They got beards and they hit hard. So I just see this fight going into a battle. I mean, just an outright battle. So
and they both need this fight. They both, not only do they both need this fight, they both need the win.
Yes.
Triple G is on this freight train, heading straight to superstardom. This will catapult him to the next level. Chavez Jr. is looking for redemption, to say, you know what, I am a top notch fighter. I belong at the top of the boxing game. Let me prove it against who everyone is saying is the next big star.
I agree. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Exciting boxing coming up. Exciting boxing up. So take time, send us an email, send us your comments on the YouTube or on the website. It doesn't matter. Give us some ideas of some upcoming topics you want us to specifically hone in on.
Yeah, or questions too.
Or questions.
We might doing a Q&A. That would be nice.
A Q&A, and obviously here we're gearing up our whole studio here to where we'll be able to take calls coming in or schedule interviews so that we can bring you the voice of actual fighters, contenders, managers, whatever it is. But stay with us because we're just going to bring you the world of boxing in video. Okay, so Eric, with that, we're going to let you go. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we'll bring some more exciting talk in our discussions and we'll tell it like it is. So until then, keep them hands up.